Do you have anything to say about the charges against you?
All right, so that was the Marana man, the Marana father, in fact, that is being charged with first-degree murder and child abuse after his 2-year-old daughter died inside of a hot car. That's him appearing in court.
Today, Christopher Scholtes was arraigned after a grand jury indicted him last week and then upgraded the charges. News 4 Tucson's chief investigative reporter, Corius Nylander, was there and questioned him as he left the court. He joins us now live outside the Pima County Superior Courthouse. And what did he have to say or not say, Corius?
Yeah, he really had nothing to say. Christopher Scholtes was able to walk himself into court today with his attorney by his side. He was able to walk himself right out of court without any attempt from prosecutors to amend his conditions of release after that grand jury indicted him last week, upgrading his charges now to first-degree murder and child abuse.
I request that you enter a plea of not guilty as to both counts. I have reviewed my client's rights with him.
Christopher Scholtes is pleading not guilty to the charges of first-degree murder and child abuse after his 2-year-old daughter died after being left in a hot car for 3 hours last month, according to investigators. Scholtes was initially charged with second-degree murder and was released from jail without having to pay any bond last month. Investigators have uncovered evidence detailed in this complaint obtained by News 4 Tucson showing that it wasn't his first time leaving his kids in the car. After the case was presented to a grand jury last week, he was indicted on the enhanced charge of first-degree murder. During Thursday's arraignment, prosecutors made no attempts to change the conditions of his release with the higher charges. Noticeably absent in court was Scholtes' wife, Erica, who previously appeared and urged the judge to free her husband.
This was a big mistake, and I think that this doesn't represent him. And I just want the girls to see their father so that I don't have to tell them tonight that they're going to endure another loss.
Were you shocked that they raised the charges to first-degree murder? Do you feel that accurately conveys what happened? I confronted Scholtes as he left the courthouse. He had nothing to say as I questioned him about statements made exclusively to News 4 Tucson from his 16-year-old daughter that she was left in the car many times since she was as young as 7. I also asked him about the text messages from his wife stating she's asked him repeatedly to stop leaving their children inside of the car. What were all the text messages with your wife about? It seems she's told you to not leave kids in the car before. Anything you have to say to that? His attorney also made no comments. Is it shocking that Scholtes remains out of custody with such significant charges against him? Not quite, according to experienced Pima County criminal attorney Louis Fidel.
It's certainly not unheard of, and it's a decision that each individual judge makes based on the totality of circumstances in that particular case.
He says a judge's main determining factors will be based on the likelihood they'll return to court or are a danger to the community, and also will consider the impact to the defendant's family, like Scholtes' wife and other children.
It's a very serious thing to hold someone in jail who has not been convicted of a crime.
And the Pima County Attorney's Office did request a $1 million bond during his initial appearance last month. It was the judge that ignored that request. I reached out to the Pima County Attorney's Office tonight to see why they didn't make any attempt to try and change his conditions of release with these new charges. They sent me a statement reading, quote, "This case is another reminder to the public that we are not allowed to comment on pending prosecutions in our office. We work hard to ensure that every case is handled in a fair and just way." And we're going to keep you updated as this case continues. His next court appearance was scheduled later in September. We're live from the Pima County Superior Courthouse tonight. Corius Nylander, News 4 Tucson.
All right, Corius, thank you for that. Well, crews, right now we're still cleaning up on the Northwest